What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues. We are here for another day of playoff action as things are getting spicy. We got some more teams looking to lock their spot up in the semifinals, and we'll be starting things off in the Titan League with Inferno versus Krakens. But before we get into that action, I got to introduce the one and only Magic Pepperoni. Magic, how are you doing on this fine Wednesday evening?
I'm doing pretty good. I am excited for probably a much better game lineup than Wednesday or than Monday. These games are insane. A bunch of matchups that me personally, I think these are a lot of long game series. So I'm looking forward to it. And we get to start it off in the Titan League. So, I mean, it can't get much better.
Yeah, the Titan League. We started out with the big boys, the best of the best that Nemesis has to offer, and these guys. It'll be a fun night, and yeah, there are a lot of great lineups out here. We got back to back matches with Firestorm Org, get Inferno, Flame Ember. You got some good old Sub Zero Org, Frost Whiteout, Godfathers, the number one seed to round out the night. So yeah, it is really a stacked night. So I'm excited to kick things off with you. And before we get into this first matchup, we have Inferno versus Krakens. Let's take a little look at the playoff bracket in the Titan League. We can see how things have shaken up so far with Monday's matches being complete. And you guys can see Phoenix and Pinnacle both moving on with their wins on Monday. And then we got the other two Titan matches up tonight. Magic. What are you liking about this Titan playoff bracket?
Ooh, Venganza had to work for their spot, and they don't exactly get rewarded going against the Godfathers, who've been dominant all season. And the winner of our Inferno Krakens matchup is going to be, I wouldn't say lucky enough to take on the winner of that one, because if Godfathers win, you're like, oh yeah, we get to play the one seed. But if Venganza wins, you're like, well, damn, what are they cooking over there that's getting them past the number one team? So I'm excited for how this is going to play out. And I think Kraken's Inferno is a very underrated matchup in terms of, you see Godfathers on the side of the bracket, and you assume, one seed's going to run it. But these two teams, there's something about them. And I think, honestly, the other side of the bracket's even scarier. So it's just really good what we got going on in the Titan League.
Yeah, honestly, it is. And this Titan League bracket is definitely spicy. You got Pinnacle Phoenix in the semis, and you mentioned it might be an underrated matchup. And when you talk about Godfathers and Venganza, you never know who can make it when you got the play-in tournament coming out. And sometimes those play-in tournament teams, Magic, they just make a run. So we will have to see with that matchup. That is the last matchup of the night. So stick around for that if you're a Titan League fan. But first up, we got Inferno Krakens. And well, I guess before that, we got some subs to thank. Shout out to Gallium first from AGM for the 2 month resub. Also, there's some people that subscribed last stream. I'm going to quickly shout them out just because. Shout out to Jarhead for 6 months. Mallow gifted out 20 subs. Absolute legend. We love Mallow. Also, Rilo with 10 months, and Chunklate with 7, and Chuck Stud gifted 1. So shout out to all those people. But Magic, let's talk about this matchup. Let's dig into it a little bit here. What can you tell us about these two teams? Inferno 4, Krakens 5.
These two teams had to work for it, and they both finished at 11-7. So that tells you they're kind of on the same spot in terms of where they had success during the season. You got number 4 Inferno, you got Aura, Yerks, Dissa, and Nuggy, a bunch of six-man's monsters. So if you're in the six-man scene, you probably run into them a lot and gotten clipped on a good bit. And then you got number 5 Krakens with Ladog. We all know him. He's cracked out his mind. When he is on point, he's somebody to be feared on the ball. You got Larry, probably one of the best first mans in the league. Their success, it depends on him just creating pressure, and it works out well with Fishy rounding out the roster. That's a three-man team with guys, everybody knows their names, and they've made it work this season, and I think they're peaking at the right time for what I've heard. Their formula to success, it's been looking good recently, so Inferno's going to have their hands full, and I am looking forward to a very close series on our hands here.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting because you mentioned it. You mentioned the Krakens team. Those are names, if you're from Nemesis, if you've been in Nemesis for a little bit, you recognize all those names. Ladog, Fishy, Larry, you recognize those names, but you look at Inferno and, some people, they may not recognize them. I know you talk about as six man's monsters, but if you're more of like a casual Nemesis fan, you only tune in for the streams or whatever. Inferno hasn't been on stream. They've been bothering me. They said, when are you to get on stream? I'm like, just make the playoffs. And, they did that, locked up that fourth seed. And I believe did they win their division as well? They're 11-7. I had to
Yeah,
check
they
that out.
did.
They did win the division against this Kraken squad. So yeah, divisional rivals out there. So they proved it, and they've got some stuff to prove here, Magic. But we got them in the lobby here. Channel point predictions are up, so you guys can get your last minute predictions in. Discord is going with Inferno, 23-14 at the moment. Magic, who do you got in this one? Who is moving on to face either Godfathers or Venganza in the semifinals?
This is so difficult, but I would not be a real friend if I didn't ride with my boy Larry when it matters most. So, from what I've heard, Ladog is peaking at the right time. Fishy is always him. I'm going with the Krakens in a full 7 game series.
All right, well, we are going to have to find out if those Krakens can move on to the next round. A lot like last season, they were the team to beat in the Titan League, going undefeated in the regular season, only to drop down at the very end to the eventual champions in Blizzard. But this season, a completely different ball game as they try to make it to the second round here. And looking at the lineups, we talked a little bit about them, but you can see them Inferno out here in the orange with Nuggy, Yerks, and Aura, and then the Krakens with Ladog, Fishy, and Larry. And Magic, who are you looking for on both these teams to have a standout performance tonight?
Well, as I already said, it's going to be Larry, probably just going for demos, creating pressure. Ladog's going to have a lot of saves, a lot of points coming through, and Fishy kind of just fills in the gaps. And on the other side, I mean, Nuggy is cracked out of his mind. I've played enough matches with him to know that if he's on the ball, you have to challenge early, or it will be disaster for your defense. And this 3-man roster for Inferno, they kind of complement each other just as well as the Krakens. So I don't know if it's a one-man show for either team, more so just everybody helping out each other. As Ladog is going to capitalize off a demo, but a good save.
Oh my goodness, I thought that was going to be the start to the game that the Krakens were looking for, but Inferno, great on defense to lock that one down as Nug tried to get that touch there. This ball can be popped up high off the backboard. Still floating there, Nug looking for another touch, but not quite going to find it as Larry. He's going to get a pinch out. Inferno, another demo coming through from Ladog, another shot. Aura is going to make that save, and man, these demos, that is two pretty early, and both led to shot opportunities as a bird comes through.
Another one coming through, and it's Larry doing what he does best, and he's just going to be annoying. And you got to hope that Ladog and Fishy come through. You can see Larry diving for another demo. They know very clearly how they want to play this series. It's going to be on Inferno to handle the pressure and understand what the attack is being thrown at them. As Ladog looking for the double off the backboard, and it's saved away. Kind of an overcommit to see if they get punished for it.
Yeah, the Krakens have had the pressure here to start, as here comes Nug trying to get it down the field. But Larry up early. This one high off the backboard. Ladog going to find a touch. Aura, last man back, got to make a touch. Is that one going to be off to the side? Ladog, another dribble, going to flick it towards the net. A huge save comes through from Nug. And these two teams, they are throwing some opportunities, just not quite able to find the back of the net yet. This one, a flick. It's going to work out. It was not really a flick, but Aura is going to strike with the first goal for Inferno.
Fishy somehow doesn't get the pinch, and Ladog backflips. There's not much more you can say. I mean, Aura with a interesting recovery from being backwards, and he kind of just gets gifted the open net from the backflip. So Inferno, they've been on defense most of this first game, but a couple of mistakes have put Krakens on the back foot here in game one.
Oh my goodness, another one is going to pinch all the way down. Yerks and Aura, the combination pinch.
That's a bit of a tilter right there. Fishy, another missed touch, doesn't get what he wants, and nobody home. 2-0 Inferno. And they haven't had to really get the engines going either for their first 2 goals.
Yeah, they really just kind of gifted 2 goals. I mean, one of them was an attempted solo play where it didn't quite work out, and that one a pinch across the map. And you might be right, that can be a little bit tilted if you are the Krakens who have been putting on the majority of the shots. And here comes another one, but it's saved away. And oh my goodness, that is the 7th shot for Krakens, and Inferno with 7 saves. So Inferno has shut them down on the defensive end, but they keep going, and they're going to score this time around. Fishy puts it home.
I mean, no boost for the defenders. So Fishy, the bounce shot, whether it was intentional or not, it looks kind of intentional.
Yeah.
It's some height on it, and no boost in the net, as we said. So Krakens finally getting gifted for all the pressure they've put on this defense, and they cut the lead in half.
Yeah, that definitely looked intentional by Fishy. He is one of those players that's been around for a long time, and he just knows, he just always seems to make the right decision and the right play. And that time he did there with the bounce shot as he brings this game number 1, then 1. 2-1 ball game here. Krakens Back in the Inferno zone. Yerks can't quite find that touch. Aura on the sidewall. Fishy diving in. This ball's popping up. Here comes an opportunity for Ladog. He throws it towards the net. It's going, but Aura with a huge save just at the last minute. As another one going to be pinched down, but sent back up. Here comes Larry. What has he got for it? A flip reset, looking for the shot, trying to get another, but Nug on the denial. And this Inferno defense, besides that one goal, they have held strong against this Kraken's attack.
I mean, the amount of mechanics coming through from this team, and you can see Larry trying to get crazy there for a second. He has been hooked on these double resets recently, so I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to bring it out again. It's Fishy looking for a redirect. He kind of dunks out the goalie, but Aura is too strong to let that one go through, and Ladog will be home. But right now, a minute left to go. Kraken's out. It's going to be 2 goals as another shot well placed by Yerks, and it's a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, and this counter-attack play style seems to be working to perfection here as Yerks. Just an absolute banger, and Fishy, he's not able to rotate back in time and get a good angle on that ball. And Inferno, I mean, Magic, this looks like this is their play style. I mean, a lot of teams haven't seen him besides, I mean, obviously the Krakens have seen him twice in the regular season, but a lot of teams haven't seen this style of play that Inferno has, and it seems so far, with 45 seconds remaining, that it's working in perfection.
Yeah, they're giving them a false sense of security, giving them all this pressure, and then out of nowhere, they just counterattack with boost that the Krakens didn't think they had in the tank. As Aura doesn't have the boost to work with here, but the time is ticking away so quickly that you have to think it's now or never for the Krakens. Larry kind of throws it to the side, but Aura with a good cut, and the pressure keeps going. 20 seconds left to go, and they need 2.
Yeah, Inferno is turning it on. They know they've got the 2-goal lead. They just need to keep the time ticking, and they're doing that by suffocating the Krakens here in the last little bit. Nug, take this one up to the sidewall. He is just stalling out the time. He's not messing around here, especially trying to get a touch back, but that is going to do it here for this game number 1, Inferno, as they're looking for one more, but not going to find it this time. Inferno comes out strong here on the counterattacks, and they take this victory 3-1 here, Magic. A great performance to see from them to start things off.
Yeah, that's honestly how I saw game 1 opening up. A lot of Kraken's pressure, but Inferno doing what they do best, and that's just good rotations and kind of playing their play style the entire way through and letting the Krakens have a lot of slip-ups. The 2 goals that decided the game came from backflips and really an unfortunate pinch cross field. So not too worried if you're a Krakens fan here because they looked fine. You like to see Larry get some more points on the board. I know he's a demo player, but he is very much capable on the ball. So if they can figure out what they did wrong in game 1, which I think was pretty obvious for us, they'll be fine in game 2.
Yeah, and I think the craziest stat here when we look at that scoreboard is Kraken's 12 shots, Inferno 5 shots, and then Inferno 11 saves, Kraken's only with 2. So I mean, Inferno 3 for 5 shooting. I mean, that's gonna win you. That could win you quite a few games if you can knock 3 goals and 5 shots. But man, we're gonna have to see what happens here in this game number 2, as we're gonna be heading to Urban Central for this next one. And this is one of those ones, Magic. Obviously, we got a longer series, so a lot of time to regain here. We got best of 7s in the playoffs. But what do you want to see? I know you kind of mentioned a little bit from the Krakens. What do you got to see to start off this game number 2 strong?
I mean, last time we saw this Krakens team on stream, it was a lot of mistakes self-inflicted, and game 1 was the same story. So you got to cut out the self-harm that we saw in the opening game of the series. Because it is a game 7 or best of 7 series, but you'd never want to fall down 2 games or things get scary. And hopefully they can start out with an opening goal.
Yeah, they're trying to do here as they're back to their pressure here, trying to send it in to the Inferno zone. This one got to be blocked out by Fishy in the midfield. Fishy up again and going to find the dunk through, looking for another touch. He finds it. Larry, opportunity with the shot. It's off the backboard.
Ooh.
Not quite able to get the follow, though, and Aura is going to clear that one away. It's the Krakens are trying to get one there. Now by 1 here. Here comes Ladog. No boost to work with. Good control here from Yerks. But right out to Fishy, who's looking for the shot. And oh my goodness, Larry almost hits it. But again, so close yet so far for this Kraken squad.
You had to think that was the one. You'd see it all coming together with the pressure. Fishy, not the best placed shot. Larry tried his best to interrupt. Put it on target, as that is just the story of the day so far in the first couple games, as an own goal pretty much, with this interesting pass by Fishy. And Larry, there's no hope for him there.
Yeah, good play shot there to finish it off from Yerks to avoid the in and out save. But yeah, Fishy trying to get that touch, just couldn't quite find it. And Now Krakens, they got to try to rebound, and you got to be careful here, Magic. Obviously, these guys, division rivals, they played twice in the regular season. Both of them were sweeps for Inferno. So Krakens, I feel like it's really crucial that they do not go down 2-0, and especially not 3-0. Not only because of how things have been going, but because of the past history, as Ladog is going to tie it up and try to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, you fall down 2 games and you really start to have flashbacks to the 2 times that these two teams played during the regular season. And that goal right there, that helps a lot for the mental of the Krakens because it was kind of falling apart. 3 goals given up where they just made laughable mistakes that you never see happen in the Titan League. So hopefully that goal reboots the systems and we get back to the Krakens we come to expect.
Yeah, and a lot of time left here in this game number 2. As the Krakens finally tie it up, if their shot comes through, but going to be blocked away. Nug on the carry here, looking to stay with it. This ball send into the corner. Larry going to pop it up high, going to find a bump off the backboard. This ball in the midfield, off the backboard. Great opportunity, but Ladog, he's not ready to go for that one. Maybe a lack of boost there. And, we've seen so much aggression, Magic, from the Krakens early. I'm surprised the Ladog was not right on that ball to shoot that one at the net.
Yeah, I think he didn't want to overcommit too much, knowing his teammates were kind of aggressive rotations in corner boosts, looking for demos. So he's going to play it the safe route. He is more of a defensive player recently. And I think that's the correct decision in a tie game. You like to see them keep the pressure on, but I don't mind them just playing it safe, falling back and buying time for his team. I don't think it'll bite him too much as Inferno, they're not known for their offensive pressure so far in the series, but they're showing they can hang with the best and put some pressure on with a good clear.
Yeah, and I think going back to that point is the dog. Maybe that's some in-game adjustments already here, mid-series adjustments, as the counterattacks have been coming out from Inferno all game 1 long, and maybe Ladog there trying to cut down on those counterattacks. There's a shot opportunity off the backboard. Another opportunity comes through, but Aura is there on the goal line to make that save. So here comes Larry trying to find a read. Well, that one going to be cleared away as we got 2 minutes left. This game number 2. Inferno on the pressure here. Zora in the corner, going to pop this one up high. An opportunity. Here comes a shot. No, with a beautifully placed shot. Upper 90, and Inferno back in front.
I mean, the shooting accuracy has been so nice to see for a stream match. For the nerves, usually play the biggest factor of anything, more so than just raw skill. And right now, the shooting is on point. A bunch of top left shots finding their spot. And 3-1. Or 2-1, is the lead now. Kraken's yet to have any really control in these first couple 2 games. And at what point do you press the panic button and feel like you can't crack the code after 2 games or 2 series against this team, and you're yet to find a lead here in the series?
They have not won a game against this Inferno squad all season. The divisional rivals both ended up at 11-7, but Inferno, based on that head-to-head record, they take the division. And yeah, the panic button may be coming out, but this ball is on net. Ladog, he lofts it in the net. Inferno now, they're the ones caught out on defense.
I think we were all ready for some stupid touch to come through and them save the ball from going into the net. You had to hope they just go for the bump, but Aura had no chance to save that no boost. And if he went any higher, he was getting cleared to the side. So tie game. Krakens, they can't get a lead, but they don't want to fall behind for too long, as Nug looking for the air dribble bump, but a good save by Larry. The good read comes through, and with a minute left to go, can the Krakens finally take a game off this team?
Krakens, they're put on the pressure here as it's in the Inferno zone, but Aura sends it down, looking for another dunk, but this one just sent right back in the zone. It's going to be blocked across Fishy on the touch there. Yerkes going to find one, popping up to Nug, tries to send it down, but Ladog, he's able to cut it off. Got 1 man to beat here. Looking for the demo. Trying to bump him off the backboard. It's there, but it's going to be denied again. Aura, this defense, my goodness. They are unstoppable, it seems, at times, Magic. I mean, this is some of the best defense I've seen in a long time. As, wait a minute, here's an opportunity, but it's going to be denied on the other end.
The defense is keeping them going. It's crazy. Aura with the savior medal, and he dunks out Ladog, who had another follow-up immediately after. He is reading like a book as a missed touch comes through by Aura, but Yerkes is there to make the save. Nug will follow it up. And the defense is the story of the series so far in the first couple games. 15 seconds left to go, Rockerman. And the Krakens, they can't crack through.
Oh, and Inferno, they are trying to crack through, but this one can be sent down. Opportunity for a redirect, but Yerkes is back. Again, the defense, and Inferno on the counter. The ball is up. No way. Oh, they can't find it through, though. And we are headed to overtime in game 2.
Oh man, this is the game that you expected to see after a really heartbreaking start for the Krakens. They find themselves in overtime. They've picked up their mistakes, but Aura, he wants to do it himself. He already has the savior medal. Why not throw a goal on the stat sheet? As right now, Ladog trying to do something. There's so much pressure, but yet no leads coming through. And Fishy, his cutoff game in the midfield has kept them in this game, and the dunks are huge. But can they finally find a game victory over Inferno?
They're trying as Krakens again leading that shot department right now. They have 11 shots on target, matching their matching the or actually almost matching the shot total from last game where they had 12. As this ball is up, an opportunity. Here comes Fishy shooting on net. He finds the angle, and Inferno caught out, and Krakens are going to get their first win against this Inferno team this season.
Ooh, that one has to feel good for these guys. Fishy, he had the whole net to shoot at. He took his sweet time with it, but he did put it away. And Nuggy couldn't do anything about it but watch. So Krakens, they do what they have not been able to do all season long. They were 0-6 in this matchup so far this season. And that kind of turns a new leaf. You have to think they find that win, they believe, hey, we can actually beat these guys. And if it wasn't for another self-inflicted wound by Fishy, kind of an awkward pass to the other team, that game doesn't go to OT. And the Krakens look a lot better in a regulation win, but nonetheless, we got a series on our hands here, Rockerman.
Yeah, we really do have a series on our hands, and Krakens matched the shot output from last game, 12 shots there, and Inferno, they couldn't save them all this time. So Kraken's going to take that game two victory, and yeah, we've got ourselves a series tied at 1-1. And I mean, Magic, that was a much more entertaining game. It seemed both these teams had their opportunities, and it seemed like both of them, were playing solid, and it's gonna be interesting to see how Game Three turns out here, as it's a crucial lead here, 2-1.
Yeah, I like the playstyle change they had. Game one, you could see there was a ton of demos coming through. I mean, they were just running through the net every single time they rotated, and they kept getting punished for it with quick counterattack goals. So even in that game, when they seemed to make very aggressive rotations, steal a corner boost, whatnot, you saw Ladog. He is not letting it happen again. They understand what they did wrong in game one. They fixed it in game two. Can they keep it going in game three?
And we're gonna have to see here, can the Krakens keep that momentum up, or is Inferno's defense gonna come back and get that counterattack? But they're running into each other right now. Is this one an opportunity? A little bit of miscommunication though, as that one could have been the one for the Krakens to start things off, but Fishy moving a fake, doesn't have any boost, still trying to keep it there. And Larry comes through with the goal and the demo. Inferno caught out, and Kraken strike first.
Ladog and Aura kind of agree, or Fishy and Aura kind of agreed to take their sweet time. Neither one wanted to play the awkward 50 and get dunked, and Larry's having none of it. He just bullies Aura off the ball, and he puts it in the open net. I'm not sure where the defense was. Aura bought a lot of time, but yet it wasn't enough. So Krakens, their first lead of the series, and it's just gone like that. Nug puts it away. Other than their win in overtime, they had about 3 seconds that they had the lead.
Yeah, and the Krakens, they're not enjoying comfortable leads, as Inferno, right back there, and that was a quick answer, immediate answer from Inferno as they tie things up 1-1 here. And this one, this ball off the sidewall, Larry on the dribble, gonna 50 that one across here as Inferno is up, gonna pinch that one through. Clear comes out as Larry trying to find that read. Square to the side. Larry gonna get it by one. Yerk's up. Ladog looking for a pass here. Here's Fishy in the midfield, but two defenders were in net, and that shot was just a little bit wide. As Krakens are trying to find that attempt there, as they are trying to get a bump or a redirect. They're hard to tell. As it almost worked out. This ball up in the air. Aura gonna find one. Catch in the midfield. Here comes Yerkes over the top of the defender. Is it in? Fishy gonna make a save on the goal line as Nug is up looking for the touch, popping it high, but Ladog gonna clear it away. And a couple of great opportunities, some great mechanical plays from both sides here.
Yeah, they're making each other work for it. As a well-placed shot by Fishy, and you have to shout out Larry with the pass. That was a dime. And let's see how long this one lasts, because they've had about 2 total seconds of time where they've been sitting pretty in the lead, able to shell up on defense. So we'll see if they can survive the kickoff and maybe ride this 1-goal lead out for a 2-1 lead in the series.
Yeah, we'll see. Inferno has a quick answer yet again, but Ladog trying to add to that lead there. This one off to the side. Aura on the sidewall. Gonna hit it by one. Larry, though, gonna stop it in the corner, trying to stay with it. Doesn't have a lot of boost. Gonna try to stay on the dribble, looking to pass it over to a teammate. Ladog gonna get it up here. Can you find another off the backboard? Looking for another touch. Here comes a shot opportunity, but it's denied away as Aura has to take to the backboard with a little boost. Doug on a touch, can't find the second. Ladog shooting it a little bit slow. He's trying to find the placement and the power, but really got neither. This one,
Oh, no.
double commit comes through, but Krakens and Fishy able to get back just in time as they're trying to put on the pressure there. Didn't quite go their way. Inferno still looking to try to tie things up as we near the halfway point.
It's the first real double commit we've seen come through, and luckily they didn't get punished for it. And I don't think Inferno was expecting it either, as that was a very bot double commit, but it will not really hurt them. As right now, it's just the shooting we need to see come through better for the Krakens. They've had a few shots where it's just very lackluster finish attempts. So the dog high off the backboard, and another whiff coming through. LaFishy gets caught out. He has no boost, and this one's just going to find its way in the net. Or another counterattack goal and a whiff coming through, and it just spells disaster for the Krakens.
Not gonna lie, Magic. I love these two teams and their play styles right now. It's the Krakens. You got all the offense, but then you got Inferno. They are the counterattack kings right here. And another counterattack. It's just the name of the game. You know what these two teams are gonna do. It's about how can you prevent it. And so far it seems like both these teams have been playing some really good offense and playing their style of game.
Yeah, the cutoffs in the midfield have been the way to go for the Krakens, but it's when they miss that cutoff in the midfield, as we saw right there, that they just get punished for it so quickly. You can tell Inferno has perfected their play style this long into the season, and they find themselves in a playoff match where it is coming in beautifully.
Yeah, it is. And here's a Cookser pinch, sending it towards the net, but Ladog is going to stop it. Nug taking it up high, looking for another one, but Larry is going to find a touch to get that one away, looking for another, but Yerkes able to cut it down in that midfield. Ladog trying to stay with it. Aura jumping off the wall, a huge miss comes through. The net is open. Can they get back to it? A demo comes through, and Yerkes puts it home. You saw someone driving past the ball there to get the demo.
What are we doing, guys? Another whiff that just results in a goal. You never expect to see that in the Titan League, but I guess the stream nerves as the series goes on, it's kind of hitting them that, now is when it matters the most. You got to prove yourself with everyone watching. And so far, I think every single Kraken player has had a crucial mistake that's resulted in a goal. That time, Fishy, unlucky whiff, and they have to fight from behind once again.
Yeah, Krakens, they've been in this position before, though. We've seen it in the first 3 games here. Wait a minute, here comes Larry.
Larry.
But he can't quite find it. He had the opportunity, but just a little bit wide. And Krakens, again, finding themselves down in this game, trying to recover, trying to battle back as Inferno leads. Yerkes off the sidewall. This ball popping up high. Nug gonna look for one. He's gonna find a flip. Looking for another touch. Gonna get one, but not quite. What he's looking for there is Ladog. Gonna send it down again. Looking for Larry. He's up. He's looking for the shot this time, but it's wide. Here comes a follow attempt, but it's denied away. Yerkes gonna block it down, and another one where he had Larry out there, but Larry just can't find the accuracy right now.
He's trying so hard on these redirects, and he's getting so close. And right there is the first time since game 1 we've seen Ladog commit his third man and barely gets a 50 out of it, or this game would be iced out. So we'll see what they can do with 30 seconds left to go. They got to get some urgency in their step right now. But a whiff comes through and a double commit, and Aura, he is going to save the day for now. We'll see what the Krakens can do.
Krakens got to take it the length of the pitch here. They're down to the final seconds here. 10 seconds remaining in this game. They need to find a goal. This one dunked back, trying to keep possession. Here comes Larry. He's up the sideball. What does he have in the tank? He's passing it. Fishy is down there, but it's denied away. Ladog trying to keep it up, but he can't get it to the wall in time. And Inferno comes through and takes game number 3.
I don't get it right now, dude. This series, it feels like the Krakens are playing exactly how they want to, doing everything right, and then they just whiff a random ball and it's in their net within 3 seconds every single time. And it's got to be tilting at this point. You win game 2 thinking, oh, we fixed what we did wrong in game 1. And then game 3, you lose because of the exact same reason as game 1. So game 4 is going to be crucial. If you fall down 3-1, you can say goodnight. There's no way you come back against a team you've beaten once the entire season over a course of 8 or 9 games. So we'll see what they can do. But that one got to hurt.
Yeah, it definitely does have to hurt a little bit. And this one, that game, Magic, was almost dead even. 8 shots for each team, 5 saves and for each team. So, both of them were given it their all, and Now as we head into this next game, this game number 4, it is so crucial here for the Krakens. You do not want to go down 3-1. You can tie this series up, this best of 7 at 2 apiece. But, you got to have a big performance here. And, Magic, to be honest with you, I don't expect these teams to make many changes. It just seems like it's a couple mistakes.
I think the Krakens need to make one change, and call me crazy, but I think it's not whiffing on the easiest aerials for Titan players. This is
Yeah.
routine stuff, and it's the reason they're going to fall out of the playoffs if they're not careful here. This is a very good spot in the series to be at, where they're still plenty of room to wiggle. They win this game, we're back to even, but if they drop this one, and it's because of the same reason, there's no way they win 3 games in a row without molding out.
Yeah, it's tough, especially when some of the wounds have been self-inflicted, and every game matters here. It's a best of 7. You have time to recover, but every game, every mistake matters. And Nug, the counterattack yet again. Inferno on their play style. What else would you expect?
Anybody want to guess how the Krakens got scored on there? Oh, a whiff comes through, and it's in their net within 2 seconds. That's crazy. And that's got to be a tilting one. You start off game 4, and then you're back to the drawing board again. He tried to pre-jump it, get up there really early, but it was just scorching by him. And Inferno, they look so comfortable right now, just letting the Krakens beat themselves.
Yeah, they really do here, and maybe that's been their play style the entire season. The same comes through, but here comes Larry right back at it, and they still got their life out here within this first goal of this game number 4.
Larry throws it up, and Nug, for a second there, he was going to go for it. He probably got called off by Aura. And Aura, all you can do is kind of keep it out of the net, but not out of the box. So Larry will finish the play off. Tied back 1-1. Can the Krakens finally have a clean finish to the game?
And they're looking for it as a demo comes through. Aura taking out Fishy. Open up some space. Here comes Yerks. He's got one-on-one on the sidewall. Fishy shadowing on the defense and going to find a huge booming clear. But Aura cuts it down to the midfield. Yerks is up but can't find the touch of the dog. On the dribble, he's got one man to beat, but Nug back just in time to get that one away as Yerks. Maybe a little bit of a back pass there, but here comes Larry off the backboard. Nug gonna find a touch. This one's still up. Double commit from Inferno. This ball's still in their zone. Krakens trying to suffocate him. Pass comes across. Oh, and there it is, Larry. He's been waiting for one of those crossfield passes all series long and finally hits one.
The midfield lurking is so amazing how they never give up on it, and this time it finally pays dividends as Larry, the redirect king, who has been trying all series long, he finally gets dimed up by the dog in a 2-1 lead for the Krakens. And I'd like to say they're going to keep the lead, but I think we all know this game ends in 3-2 for one of these teams.
Yeah, it very well may do that. As this game number 4, Krakens find themselves in this lead here as they're trying to tie this best of 7 up. The dog on the sidewall, trying to find a touch here. 3:30 remaining. This one pinched down the midfield. Fishy gonna send it down to Yerks. On the control, gonna pop it up high. A demo from Fishy comes through. The dog dropping it down, but it's gonna be blocked out by Aura. This one back in the Kraken zone. Nug on one touch here, looking to find a pass out. Gonna leave it for a teammate. Double commit on net, but that one saved away by Fishy just in time. It's the Krakens gonna try to transition here. Pop comes from Fishy. Nug, the great touch, and looking to follow it as well. And Aura, he's going to keep it up. Larry looking for that shot. It's not going to go. This one sent down. Here comes Nug off the backboard. No. Does he hit this? No, he can't hit that. That would have been insane. But not this time, as here comes Yerks with the shot. He places it perfectly past the defenders to tie us up at 2.
That is almost peak by Nug, and it kind of throws the entire defense into chaos. Larry's just sitting there, no boost. The dog's backboard, no boost. And he just takes his sweet time, and he puts it to the far right post, and it is safely secured to tie this game up. Inferno, not a counterattack goal for once, they just do it themselves with some hard-earned offense, and we find ourselves tied up here in game number 4.
Oh, as Nug is trying to find that read, but can't do it. As Inferno, they are back in the Kraken zone. It's awkward. Yerks off the backboard. Might have had a flip there, but instead, this one can be cleared out by the Krakens as we're approaching 2 minutes remaining in this game number 4. One of these games that it seems like you must win for the Krakens. But demo comes through. So they're back in their zone on the control. Fishy. This one blocked up the midfield opportunity for Inferno. Aura off the ceiling. This one, oh my goodness, Aura off the backboard with the angle. He takes the lead.
The dog had so long to think about it, but Aura, he is given
Oh,
this the ability to hit it, and he's gonna hit it. The reader or the reset off the backboard, and he gets back to the ball. When it matters most, Aura has been that guy on defense, but when he needs to, he is cracked out of his mind shooting the ball.
my goodness, that is absolutely disgusting right there from Aura. What a shot to give Inferno the lead. You can tell that these guys are on one here. They're looking for
Oh, good
another. Here
shot.
comes Yerks for the fourth. Inferno starting to feel it.
Finally, not a 3-2 game lead or game score as the offense has been cranked up and the shooting accuracy has been the difference maker. As right now they are putting away every opportunity that they have. You can see 6 shots on target, 4 goals. That is disgusting right now. As the Krakens, they have to do something with 2 minutes left to go before they find themselves down 3-1.
Yeah, there's still some time though for the Krakens, and they have been able to score. They've been having some
Larry!
passes, and there
Oh!
is Larry again, a hat trick. The passing play comes through yet again, and if they're starting to find these magic, they can get right back into this one.
Larry with the hat trick. He wants it so bad. He is not nervous at all with everything coming down to really right now. You cannot afford to fall down in this game and drop it. So Larry, he's trying his best. Hopefully the dog and Fishy can round it out. It's the dog. He has a chance looking for a pass setup, but a good stop by Yerks and a good, even better clear over the top of Larry. And some offense maybe sustained here for the Krakens.
Yeah, minute 20 remaining here. Krakens find themselves down by one. They need to battle back in this game, trying to tie this series up at 2, best of 7. The winner's moving on to the semifinals. Face the winner of our 11 o'clock matchup. Nug with a touch. Fishy off the sidewall, going to find another. Trying to keep the pressure going. Here comes Larry. Fishy's on some bumps. Larry trying to get in the midfield. The dog, patient, doesn't want to get counterattacked on, but that one's still an awkward ball. Yerks out of midfield. That one cleared away, and with 50 seconds magic, Kraken's starting to get to that do or die time.
Yeah, you have to wonder at what point does that pass come through from the dog diving up Larry and we find ourselves in OT. You have to hope it does, as these two teams are just too close to have this big of a serious gap right now. As a huge dunk by Nug hits it off the backboard, is just the good night shot. It is our a 2-goal lead, and that one it has to sting. As you have to wonder what they can do now.
Yeah, the dog trying to read it, but it looks like he's just side flips out of the way. And Aura gonna put it on net. And yeah, with 30 seconds remaining, this one may go Inferno's away. But the Krakens, can they find something quickly here? This ball out of the midfield. Inferno diving in. 2 of them gonna get into the Kraken zone. The dog off the sidewall. Not a lot of boost to work with. This one popped up. Just got to score with time on the clock here to give themselves a chance. This one in the midfield. Shot opportunity on the counter again. Inferno 6-3. Yerks with the Hattie, and that is the dagger for this game.
You can't really blame the dog for kind of lurking upfield, hoping that Fishy just gets the beat. Because at that point, you have to go all out. And he was not getting the beat. Fishy unable to get it past. And another goal coming through, the hat trick for Yerks. Or with 2 goals, Nug with 1, why not? And it's a team effort, and they're doing it in style right now, putting up 6 goals after several games where they just won by 1 goal apiece. This one has to feel good and a huge boost of momentum. And they have 3 chances, 3 match points to have a date with whoever wins from the Godfathers in Venganza.
Yeah, they do, and it's gonna be a tough road for Krakens, and this is the time magic we haven't seen in the Titan League. The Titans seem to be allergic to it, but this would be the time for the tactical timeout. If I was in that team, you're down 3-1. You had an opportunity to win this game, couldn't quite do it. But I don't know. This seems like the one where you call the tactical timeout. If I were them, Magic, but it doesn't look like they're thinking about it too hard.
You have to wonder at what point do they start to get upset with each other because it's a lot of
Mm.
they finally get things to slow down and then one person makes a mistake and they all get to suffer for it. So if they can all clean up their individual problems, they're doing fine. But it's the random whiffs when it matters most, the random slow challenges because
Oh,
they don't feel like they have to hurry as a timeout comes through. The dog, he calls for it, and I like to see it coming from the dog because I thought he did not play his best game. Knowing him, he is plenty capable of carrying this team across the finish line with their backs against the wall. So we'll see if that mental reboot can come through.
all right. Well, there you have it, folks. The timeout is underway. Let's get a timer going here. So they got a minute here to think things over. uh, and try to battle back. Timeout. I'm glad to see it, Magic. You love to see the timeout get into use. It is a playoff only perk here in Nemesis, where teams can try to cut down the momentum. And the Krakens, they kind of need to slow the roll of this Inferno squad.
Yeah, I mean they're kind of playing too fast for their own good right now. As the pre-jumps trying to just read a ball before it's there, and then the ball's over their head and it's in their net instantly. You give up 6 goals, you have to fix the defense. You cannot worry about offense. You put up 3 goals, you did fine. You gotta not have 6 shots end up in the back of your net because to be honest with you, Inferno barely put any shots on target. They had like an
Eight.
80% shooting accuracy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was disgusting. That cannot be the reason you lose because every shot that comes your way is in your net. So we'll see what they can do as their timeout starts to drain away. It's becoming a reality here for Inferno that they could have a spot in the semifinals, and they are so close. 3 chances to get it done.
Well, they do have 3 chances to get it done. The timeout is over, but looks like Nug may have left the match. All right, there we go. They're back in here. I had to get them back in the lobby. So timeout is over, and it's time to see, is the timeout buff going to help out the Krakens here? Have they been able to reset their mental? Have they talked over any strategy? And, what can they change here as we head into this one, into this next game? Larry going to find a touch, trying to clear that one away. And the Krakens, Magic, I feel like they got to start out here with the first goal. Got to get some pressure on this Inferno squad, who seems like they just haven't felt pressure all series long.
Yeah, I mean, you can point out mistakes that each player from Krakens has made. You think of Inferno, none of these guys are doing anything wrong individually. It's kind of just team mistakes that come through, and it's not many of them. So you have to figure out, can the Krakens find a way to crack the code? Because they've had a hard time of doing it all series long, and all season long too. I mean, why not keep that in there? Because right now, it is 9-1 series score between these two teams. How are they going to win 3 in a row?
Yeah, they've only won one all season long here, and it was in this matchup though, so they can prove that they can do it at this time. And they're trying to prove it right here as Ladog. Okay. He's gonna get it dug with an insane save, but Ladog finishes it off, and an earned goal here for the Krakens.
That's how you want to see this game start. A well-played shot by Ladog, forcing a save, but it is not cleared out of the box. So an easy cleanup. We saw one like that in the last game by Larry. Just clean it up, hang around, and a threatening shot. It gives them a goal and a huge start, a huge boost of momentum to open with the goal if they can clamp up on defense here.
Yeah, they need to clamp it up here and maybe even try to add one to it. Give themselves some breathing room against this potent Inferno offense who, like you mentioned, they had 6 goals last game on 8 shots, so 75% shooting accuracy. And when you got someone shooting 75% on you, you either get some goals or, shut down that defense there. And Krakens got to do one of those two here in this do or die game. If they lose this game, they are done for the season. They are going home. But Inferno, they're going to try to make sure they do just that as we approach 3 minutes in this game number 5.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best way to stop a team from, shooting 75% is don't let them shoot. Because if they're shooting, it's probably going in. So you have to be in front of these shots before it happens, as Yerkes with a huge cut gets it past multiple people, or he can't get it past the zero boost of the dog, but with a good read. And this is getting scary here, as Inferno, they're no stranger of needing to put on the gas when they're trailing, and we'll see if they can get it into the net right now, halfway through this game.
Oh, and this one a little bit awkward, but it's going to be blocked away. As Inferno's still looking for it. Oh my goodness, Nug with the shot, the dog with an even better save. That one could have been an absolute heartbreaker, but Inferno, they're back at it. Some bumps are coming through, forcing a triple commit, and the net is open. Oh, the bump pushes all the defenders at that ball.
That one is a tilter. All 3 people pretty much willingly went for that ball. Yeah, they got bumped, but they all made the attempt to play the shot, or to play the 50, and it just ends up right back mid in front of their net. So another self-inflicted wound, but this one is not too fatal as they are still tied. Plenty of time to get back into the lead. Fishy, a good save. Fishy has played great defense this series, and when it matters most, they need their offense to get cooking.
Yeah, they do. Larry trying to go underneath here as they find themselves 1-1 here in this game number 5. Is this ball out of the midfield? It's dangerous. Or is lurking back there. Larry going to find a bump. Yerkes trying to take it across as Fishy. He's hunting this one down, looking for the pinch, but not quite what he's looking for. This Kraken's getting a little bit stuck there. The boost is stolen. Kraken's not a lot of boost. Nug looking for the shot. It's off. Fishy trying to stay in front of it. The shot.
Oh my
Gonna
god.
go. Aura puts it in. And Inferno retakes the lead here 2-1.
Oh, Fishy did not expect the dog not to make contact, so he had to react so last second to try to get a touch on that. And he's no boost, so you can't really blame him. You have to make contact and not leave these third man stranded on an island with no boost against the incredible shooting accuracy of Inferno as our bar down ski and a 2-1 lead for Inferno.
Yeah, Inferno, they put shots on and they put them on target here as Krakens. They have to go here. This is their season here with a minute 30 remaining. They have to find at least one goal here to force OT. At least two to win. This one's sent back in their zone. The dog gonna clear it out. Back in the Inferno end, but Nug, he's just waiting, trying to find an accurate clear. Yerk's gonna beat one, looking for another here, trying to set it up. It's dropping down. Larry has to find that read, and he does. But Inferno trying to keep it in. Aura saucing it up to Nug, but it's denied away. A huge demo. The net is open. Larry, can he find the redirect? Yes, he can. He puts it in. What a read from Larry to tie things up in Game 5.
There we go, Larry. He's been scoring every single goal. He had all three in the last game, and he actually had to have a decently powerful shot there as the respawn came through in time. And Larry, he had it in him to put it away and tie the game up with a minute left to go. The Kraken season is almost over, but yet they will not give up as Nug. One-on-one, the dog, he is up to the challenge.
Yeah, that was huge heads up from Larry there to find the demo, find the redirect, and here comes another opportunity. It's dead in the midfield, but Fishy, he can't quite get there in time. And now the pressure, it's still on the Krakens, though. They have to find a goal to win this one. Larry, looking at 50 low for this one. Oh, awkward touch from the dog. It's going to be sent back. As Fishy has to try to recover this ball. Is up Aura looking for it, but Larry, he's just going to clear that one away. As we're down to the final 30 seconds of regulation. Can the Krakens find something here to win this game and extend this series? Or will Inferno take it down? Here comes Nug off the backboard. This one, so dangerous, but it's going to be blocked away. Aura on this one. He's looking for the dagger, trying to find it, but that one 50'd away. As the seconds tick away, final 10 in regulation. This ball is up. Ladon can't get there. Off the backboard. No. Double tap. Yerkes may have found the dagger with 9 seconds left.
Ladon, what are we doing? He whiffed again. I hate to rat on him, but that is on him. That is a touch he never misses, and he could not make it when it mattered. And Yerkes, you have to give him credit. He had everybody watching him. Open net, and he put it away. 9 seconds left. Larry, can he do it on the kickoff? Time ticks away, and he cannot get it done. And the open net to end the season. Aura, he's going to finish it off. Inferno, they're just too good.
Oh my goodness, Inferno. They just find the dagger right there to end things off there. And heartbreak if you're the Kraken. So close on so many times, but unfortunately it was not meant to be as Inferno. They played their counterattack play style to perfection here. And they're going to take this victory here, Magic, and move on to the semifinals.
Not exactly good vibes in the chat after that game, as they were heated rivals. And after 3 different matchups, yet again, Inferno comes out on top. So you understand the frustration as the Kraken season will come to a close in rather tilting fashion. They kind of beat themselves today, but Inferno, they just wouldn't let up. They played a beautifully clean series. And whoever wins that last matchup of the night between the Godfathers and Venganza, I'm not sure you have a free ride to the final, because this team, they are cooking on all cylinders. A 3-man team that really has no weak spots.
Yeah, I mean, you said it. They played their play style to perfection, Magic, and it causes a team like that to beat themselves. When you're playing a counterattack play style, like Inferno does, the Krakens, you could see it. They were upset. They were making mistakes, and when they made those mistakes, Inferno capitalized, and that's got to be the most infuriating way, to lose a series when, you're playing a team that just capitalizes on every mistake. You make a mistake, you get scored on, and you put up a lot of shots, you don't get a score for your team. And I mean, Inferno, they are going to be looking good here. As if we could pull up the bracket one more time for the Titan League, we can kind of see what Magic was talking about for the next round, where we've already got the bottom half of the bracket set, but now that top half, they're Inferno moving on to the semifinals. They'll take on Godfathers or Venganza, the winner of that final match of the night here. And like you said, Magic, it's shaping up to be whoever makes it out of that quarterfinals, that semifinal on the top. We already know the bottom is going to be a banger, but that top matchup, it's setting up whoever comes out of there. It's going to be a good one.
I'm so interested to see if Nganza can get it done and keep the miracle run going from the play-in tournament. It's going to be good. I mean, Firestorm with three different teams on stream tonight. It shows you this whole org, they're getting it done. Inferno's starting off the night right. You have Flame and Ember coming up in the next two matchups. As me personally, I mean, me and you, we're both Chally. This game, next game coming up is going to be amazing. If you think the Titan League bracket is crazy right now, Chally, there's so many teams that are competing for this chip, and it's going to be a really good stream going forward.
Yeah, it really is. We're going to head to a short break, but like Magic said, we're going to come back with the Challenger League where, man, like you said, it seems like anyone can win at any time in the Challenger League. We have Raptors, the defending champions,
Oof.
going up against Flame here in a battle. The first Challenger matchup of the season. It is going to be a good one. So make sure that you guys come back for that one. One quick shout out before we do head to break, though. A shout out to Dan coming back for 12 months. Happy birthday to Dan the man on the Nemesis channel, the team lead, the legend, the GM here. He'll have two of his teams playing later. I'm sure he'll be rooting them on. So shout out to Dan for the resub. But with that being said, we're going to be heading to that break here. But when we come back, Raptors taking on a Flame, a Challenger League showdown. You guys don't want to miss it, so stick around.